Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, I'm going to do a fall inspired makeup look, and I actually did this look in my last favorite fall lip colors video. So it is the makeup look I'm wearing in that, just recreating it today. I would love for you to subscribe if you have not already. It would mean the world to me. And I hope you enjoy this. Maybe you can do your makeup with me while I do mine. That would be really fun. And let's get started. So I'm gonna start with some lip balm because my lips be looking dusty and crusty today. I'm gonna be using this Skinn Cosmetics Nudist Plumping Volumizing Lip Tint. And it's in the shade Nudist. And I really like these. They smell so good. Every single one of them that I have has a different scent to them. And they're so fun and smell incredible, and they have really pretty tints to them as well. And this one's the most natural for my skin tone. It's like basically a clear lip balm on me. So before I get started on my base, I just wanted to quickly talk about the SPF under my skin. It is the Paula's Choice Youth Extending Daily Hydrating Fluid SPF 50, and I've really been liking this underneath the Tower 28 Tinted SPF. I think these go really well together, and that's what I've been doing and preferring for the Tower 28 SPF, because this SPF is really thin and it's hydrating, but not nearly as hydrating as my Kinship one. So I find that this wears really well under the Tower 28 SPF. So if you have the Tower 28 SPF and you're finding that it's a little too dewy, I would try maybe a more mattifying SPF or a primer underneath that helps like mattify your skin as well. So I just wanted to quickly mention that I've been really liking the Paula's Choice Youth Extending Daily Hydrating Fluid SPF under the Tower 28 Tinted Sunscreen, which I'll be using today. And then for primer, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I've also really been liking to wear this underneath the Tower 28 SPF 2 because it's just really dewy, and I find that when I wear a kind of pore filling primer like this e.l.f. one, it helps extend the longevity of the Tower 28 SPF and not get too oily throughout the day. And for the base, I'm going to be using the Tower 28 Sunny Days SPF 30 Tinted Sunscreen in the shade 35 Point Dume. And I'm just going to put this on like I regularly do because I already have SPF on. I'm not using this as my sole SPF, so I just squirt it on my face like this. And I've been loving this makeup brush. This is the BK Beauty 101 brush, and this has been so good for foundation. I have really liked this for applying my base. It just leaves a perfect finish and doesn't leave any streak marks or anything like that. So it's been a favorite over the last couple of weeks. And I'm going to be using a lot of their eye brushes today that I really like too. It's just so soft and nice. So I definitely think I'm still trying to figure out this foundation because it is quite dewy, but I don't know, it like really forms to the makeup or like the skincare underneath. So I'm trying to find the perfect combination of things underneath this tinted SPF because I love the finish of it when I have the right things underneath, and I think that is like a more mattifying SPF and like a primer underneath. So I think I figured it out, but it took me a little while. But I think it'll be worth it because this is like geared towards eczema prone skin, and I be having the eczema and I would really like to wear makeup that doesn't irritate it. So yeah, I think it took a little work, but I'm finally there. And for my bronzer today, I'm going to be using the M Cosmetics So Soft Multi-Face Play Stick in the shade Summer. This is a stick bronzer that I've really been liking. The formula of these is incredible, and it just blends so easily into the skin and so effortlessly. And they have some beautiful shades as well in the bronzers and the blushes. So I'm going to be using this today for bronzer. And for blush, I'm going to be using one of my all-time favorite blushes. This is the Phytosurgence Skin Spark in the shade Inferno. This is just the most perfect kind of burnt orange, coral, burnt red, I don't know, like very burnty fall shade, and I love this shade so much, especially for the fall time, but I honestly use this all year long, and it just works so perfectly with the eye look today. So I'm going to use this, and you need very little of this. So if you have this and have not used it yet, I would just recommend going very light-handed at first and then seeing from there and building up from there, because it is quite pigmented and a little does go a long way. Like, I barely dipped my finger into that and already have so much color payoff. And I, of course, I'm going to be using the Phytosurgence Sky Fluff. This is their brush specifically made for their blushes, and this blends out the blush like incredibly well. So I have to use this. And you can just like see how quickly and beautifully this blends the blush. Like, that took no effort whatsoever. And I always like to bring it on my nose and across my face. And I am going to powder my face a little bit because I'm looking a little greasy in the center of my face. So I'm going to be using the Kosas Cloud Set in the shade Cushiony for powdering my face. I'm going to quickly do my brows. I'm going to be using the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil and then the 24-Hour Brow Setter to do my brows, just like my regular brow routine. So I'll be right back and have my brows on. Okay, so my brows are on and we will move on to eyeshadow. I'm gonna preface this with, I'm not the best at eyeshadow at all, and I'm really trying to step outside of my comfort zone and do fun looks. I don't know if many of you know, but I am a Super Great live host, and being a live host on Super Great amongst the extremely talented people who are also live hosts has really forced me to step outside of my comfort zone and try new makeup looks, because people on there are just so incredibly creative and talented, and it makes me feel like an absolute pleb. And I am so inspired by all of them, and they do like incredible Halloween looks and incredible like graphic liner looks and like just really beautiful things, and I feel a little out of place there, to be honest, because most of my looks are really simple and easy and like not very creative at all. But I am trying to step outside of my comfort zone and try new things, and this look is definitely a lot more colorful for my everyday and not something I do on the regular at all. Anyway, long aside, but I'm going to be using the Natasha Denona Sunset palette, and this just gives me very much so fall vibes and autumn vibes, and it's very autumnal. So I'm going to use this today for my look, and I hope I remember what I did in my last makeup look, but it'll be fairly similar, so I'm sure it won't be that big of a deal. But I'm first going to pop this shade here, this pinky shade here, into my crease and kind of all over my lid. And then with the same brush, I'm going to take this shade here and put this into my crease as well, but kind of focus it on the outside. So I have a bit of deeper orange on the outside. And then I'm gonna take a more dense brush. I feel funny doing an eye tutorial because I literally don't know what I'm doing. And so take everything I say with a grain of salt, or as a grain of salt, with a grain of salt. Don't take anything I say seriously because I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm gonna take a deeper shade, and it's gonna be this shade here, with a more dense brush. And I'm gonna focus that on the outer corner of my eye. And then I'm gonna take that fluffy brush and just blend this out a little bit more and diffuse it, as professionals would say. And I'm using the BK Beauty eye brushes. This fluffy one is the 201. And they're so soft and they blend shadows really, really well. Okay, and this is where I get a little confused and my memory escapes me about what I used in my lid as my like shimmer shades. I'm assuming I used this shade here because it's like very pretty and autumny in my opinion. So I think I'm gonna take this, and maybe I should take it with a brush actually. But this shade is so pretty. I'll swatch it on the back of my hand for you. Wow. And I'm going to put that on the like kind of like outer corners of my lids, I think. Like right here. I'm actually going to take my finger and pat it on there because I feel like I want more color payoff. And I also think I'm going to take a little bit of this shade right here and put that on the outer corner of my eye as well. So I have like a little ombre effect of that deeper shimmer into this orange shimmer, and then I'm going to put a lighter shimmer on the center part of my eye. And then now I'm going to take this white shade and put that on the inner corner of my lid. And I'm taking a BK Beauty 207 brush. Okay, so I don't think I like that, so I'm actually gonna take this gold shade and put that on the inner corner instead. And then I'm gonna take this color here again and kind of blend that out throughout the entire crease. And over here too, because I just feel like it's too light. Sure. And then I'm going to take this deeper color right here, and I'm gonna put that on my lower lash line and kind of as like a very small bit of liner as well. Okay, so essentially the eyes are all done. I think they look really cool and fall-like. I feel like I could deepen out the outer corner a little bit more to make it look more like my makeup look in the previous video, but I don't want to mess with it anymore, so I don't think I'm going to. And now I'm going to just put on some mascara. I think I'm going to use the Maybelline Full and Soft mascara, and then I might pair it with the L'Oreal Telescopic so I can get length and volume with both of these, because I feel like I need a pretty bold lash with this makeup look. Okay, so those are the eyes all done. I think it looks pretty fall. I think I diffused it a little bit too much, so they all kind of look like they're blending together, but it's fine. And now I'm gonna move on to lips, but before I do that, I do think I need a little bit more blush. So I'm gonna take Phytosurgence and just put a little bit more on my cheeks. And for highlight, because I forgot about that, I'm going to use the Daness Myricks Vision Flush in the shade Tiara. Just because I felt like I was missing a nose highlight for sure. And of course a cheek highlight. And for lips, I really wanted to use my Flower Beauty lip liner in the shade Toffee, but I cannot find that anywhere. I didn't look that hard, but I can't find it anywhere. So I think I'm gonna use the Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Teddy. It's like an orangey brown on my skin tone, so I think that would pair perfectly with the gloss that I'm gonna go with. I honestly think this lip looks perfect with this eye look. Actually, it could be a little bit more orange, but I think it's really pretty anyway. But the little bit of more orange is going to come from the lip gloss by Buxom in the shade Moscow Mule. I featured this lip product in my favorite fall lip colors, which I'll put a card up somewhere for that here, and I'll link it down below as well, so if you want to check that out, I just share all of my favorite lip colors. But this is a beautiful fall colored lip gloss, and I think it's going to be perfect for this eye look as well. Cute! And I do want to do a few faux freckles. I kind of want to bring out my lip freckle. I have like this little mole right above my lip, and I always like to bring that back out. And then I have a few on my face that I kind of just want to feature as well. So I'm going to take my favorite Freck XL little faux freckle thingy and use that. And I usually just do the ones on my face if I'm going for a more like natural freckled look. And I usually like to let them sit there for a little bit and kind of oxidize, and then I'll tap them out. And then they'll look a little bit more natural. So just like a few of them, but specifically this one here. So this is the completed fall inspired makeup look. I do feel like I could blend into the trees outside that are all orangey and yellow and things like that. And I think this look turned out so pretty. I freaking love Inferno by Phytosurgence so much. It is just the most perfect blush shade, especially for fall. And paired with this lip and this eye look, I just feel like it melds together so perfectly. And I had so much fun filming this, even though I felt slightly uncomfy because I'm not the best at tutorials, nor am I good at all at eye makeup. But it was fun, and I'm really trying to learn and step outside of my comfort zone, as I mentioned earlier. So thank you so much for joining me as I did this fall inspired makeup look. Let me know if you have any questions down below. And also please let me know what you're doing for Halloween. It is in a couple of days, or it's already passed now. So let me know what you did for Halloween. I would love to know. If you dressed up, what did you dress up as? I'm gonna be Katara. I don't have any plans, but I'm gonna dress up as Katara from Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I'll show you a pic of me as Katara here. But I would love to know who you're going to be for Halloween, or what you're going to be for Halloween. And I hope you had an amazing Halloween and Halloween weekend. And yeah, thank you so much again for joining me on this video, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye!